Hey y'all, it's Beer Third Machine, and guess what? I am back. Alright guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Julian, also known as the Beer Third Machine here on YouTube, and I buy stuff and flip it online and make YouTube videos about it. In the last couple of months, I've been posting every day about what I go through as a full-time eBay reseller and how I make it working successful. This is my only means of income. And this is basically what I do for a living. I sell on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, and this is literally my sole means of income and how I pay my mortgage and all the other bills that come with life. But I stopped making videos about 7 days ago or 10 days ago. A lot of times what you guys see is going to be pre-recorded at least 3 days ahead. So I had a couple like what solds and then I stopped making videos. It's because I got super sick. Like it was, I've been tested 3 or 4 times for COVID. Each time it came up negative, but I had all the symptoms of it, from the muscle aches to the high fever to the stomach issues to everything else that you can imagine that comes with that, the loss of the taste and smell. And it's been about 10 days now and I'm just starting to recover from it. So I wanted to make a video. I had a bunch of people reach out to me on Instagram and through YouTube and asking, where I've been, if I'm okay. So I want to make this and say, yes, we are fine down here in South Carolina. Just everybody's still a little bit under the weather and we're still taking precautions. If this is COVID and it's just not, being positive, that we're not really doing anything. Everybody's quarantining properly. And so far I am the furthest along on getting better. So again, it's been 10 days. So I got about 4 more days, I think, of not feeling that well and I'll be back to normal. But I will tell you this, things that I did that I think kind of helped eBay, because there was a couple times where I really couldn't even get out of bed and there was no packing of, stuff. There was no shipping stuff out. Number one, not spreading that illness around. 2, I just literally couldn't get out of bed. So what I did was, once I start to feel real sick, is I immediately put my eBay on a longer handling time. I didn't go to the time away, but a longer handling time. I didn't know if I was going to end up in the hospital or anything like that, so I put it on for pretty long, about 10 days. My girlfriend was able to actually, wipe some stuff down in here and ship some stuff out for me, but I have a very, not organized eBay room. It may look organized. You may see these nice shelves with stuff on it. Nothing is cataloged, it's custom skewed to where I know where it is, but for someone to come in here and actually do it is very difficult. It would take you probably an hour to find one item, because most of my custom SKUs is all in my brain. I know where that SKU would be at. So I did find out maybe I'm going to do a little bit different on my inventory, that if something was to happen, somebody else could come in and actually look at the custom SKU and know exactly where to look on the shelf. So I'm actually going to work on that in the next couple of weeks. Another thing it's good to probably have is definitely some sort of emergency fund. If you do this for a living or you actually need this income to pay the bills or whatnot, I've always said it before, is that you probably need a solid 2 to 3 months of income when you're doing this full time, sitting aside just in case something like this does happen. Not even illness. Maybe you get into a car accident, maybe some, an injury, a shoulder injury, a leg injury or something like that. Because my eBay sales, I would go over them and I can. They've actually were pretty good through this entire thing, even with extended handling time and everything. I'd never shipped anything out late or anything like that. But it did take a toll now on it. Like the week I was actually really sick, I had really good sales. I think I sold about 100 items in 7 days. So I was definitely doing good. Some high price items came out, so it kept me going. But now, as we're approaching the 10th day of not listing on eBay, I have been only getting about 1 sale a day. And that's pretty rough, because I'm usually around $300 to $500 in sales gross a day. Now I'm about $26 to $100 per day. So I have a lot of gaining to do. I was almost at 1,600 active on eBay, and again, some of that stuff is kind of older, and I know it's long tail, but now I'm down all the way down into the 1,500, almost 1,490 on the active listing. So it's definitely gonna take me a really long time to get that back up. It seems like all that work I did, everything sold, which was great, but now I have to get that inventory back up. As you can tell, I'm still a little bit congested. It is a little rough, I'll tell you that. So whatever this was, I hope nobody gets it. Stay safe out there, stay healthy, but always remember that you might want to, have this in your mind if you do this full time. If I'm not able to do this, who could come in and actually get this done when I'm not, around. Like, even if you go on vacation and something sells, can somebody come into your spot and then find it on the shelf and then pack it correctly and ship it out? So I'm going to be working on that. Like I said, my organization looks organized. Everything's nicely kept on shelves, something's in big piles. I know where stuff is. All my golf clubs are tagged, but there's like 300 golf clubs. So if I tell you the SKU of a golf club is 4, and I don't tell you what bag it's in, it's going to take you probably 30 to 45 minutes to actually find that golf club. So I did learn a lesson there. So for the first 3 days, what I was doing was I was selling a similar, and then basically I couldn't even keep my head up to like look at the phone long enough to do that. So the first 3 days I was selling a similar, about 20 items, and I would just go in, I would end the item, sell a similar, and then I would change the title, and I would usually make the price go down. I would change the price to, go a little bit lower, see if I could sell it, pretty quick, because I knew that with doing that, I think that helps your store tremendously when you sell a similar. I think it just boosts it up, especially when I had no new listings coming out. I think that really did help. But by day 3, that was not in the books to even do. There was no really getting on the phone for a couple hours and getting that stuff done. So that ended, and that's really when the sales started to tank about 3 or 4 days later. So also another thing that I did, another thing that I could have done, but I didn't, because to be honest with you, around day 4, I really didn't want to make any sales because I knew I couldn't get these orders out properly. I knew that the handling time had been extended, but I didn't want them just to be sitting around. But you could also run a sale, say if somebody was able to come in and handle what you were doing and ship your stuff out for you. And then you could easily sell a similar, run a sale on your store, and that would probably boost, your sales even more. You could then go ahead and do a huge promotion. You can actually bulk edit your promoted listings. You could, if you're not promoting, you could have promoted all your listings to even give you more sales. But I'm not gonna lie, on day 4, I didn't care if I was getting any sales or not. I was like, I just need to get this thing over with. I need to beat this, and then I can start working. I was doing, again, a video every day. That's not gonna happen probably for the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm gonna have to really hustle hard and get my inventory back up to where it needs to be. I actually have empty shelves here, which I've never seen. A lot of the stuff has sold. Almost all my fishing gear has sold. So I need to really go out there and start hustling again. It will probably be a lot of what's sold videos in the first week or so coming in, into the new videos, because I did sell a lot, and a lot of them were really good sales. I want to share with you guys. They're good bolos. A lot of stuff sold over $100, which really was helpful because, medical bills and stuff like that. But this is what you have to realize when you work for yourself and you don't have PTO days or paid time off or sick leave and stuff like that, is that you have to rely on yourself and have that money backed up, just in case, if I was sick for another 2 to 3 weeks, was I going to be able to survive? So always have that in your back of your brain. If you do this, full time, or you actually rely on this money to pay your bills, is that sometimes, those unseen things just happen, and you just have to, roll with the punches, but always be set up for success, and think about these things. Another thing I might think about would be like short-term and long-term disability stuff for myself, just in case that happens, because I do, pay for everything here at the house, and I don't want ever, that to be jeopardized. So that's really what happened. It was just that, it was pretty sick illness. We don't really know what it was. The doctors just basically told me to go home, take some over-the-counter medicine, and try to get better. But everybody here is definitely doing a little bit better, and I do appreciate everybody for actually, messaging me, asking me if I was okay, and then wishing me for me to get better. So I do appreciate it. I really, really appreciate everybody watching. I know I have a whole bunch of new subscribers that came in right before I got sick. You will be getting a ton more content probably in the next couple of weeks. And I really, again, appreciate everybody that reached out. And I will always catch you on the next one.